Today we're going back to visit the Cat Kingdom, a sanctuary for felines in need. Built by an incredible lady who's saving hundreds of cats in a country where cats are disliked, neglected and forgotten, particularly the black cats that are seen as bad fortune. So much so that it's even difficult to buy cat food and it often runs out. This amazing woman has made it her life mission to rescue and rehabilitate these lovely felines. In the last episode, we met Kaleigh, the inspiring woman who's been working tirelessly to save as many cats as she can. She took us on a tour of the downstairs area of the Cat Kingdom. She told us about how this project started and the stories behind some of these kitties. But today, we're going to learn and see a whole lot more. We'll take a look upstairs to see Kaleigh's bedroom and kitchen, which she shares with the cats, particularly the kittens who need intensive care and nurturing day and night. Before heading upstairs, I noticed there were tons of hearts and stars with names inside. Kaleigh told me each heart and star is for one of the kittens who has lived here.
They all matter, so that's why I did the hearts. I didn't want them to just be memories, I wanted them to kind of always stay. But come upstairs, that's where most of my babies are. So this is the only kind of door I have in my house, and it has a cat flap which is big enough for my dogs as well, so it is literally free for all in the house, which I quite like. They have their lovely paradise. They really enjoy their upspace. Cats get very stimulated from watching us, so they really do like it. So once again, no doors, so it's free for all. This is known as the famous bed because it's how many cats I can get on there. I've got a few photos on my social media where there's probably about 33 cats on the bed, and on an average night I reckon you could probably get about 20 in there. They all love to cuddle, and one of the dogs likes the bed as well. So they've learned that if you put something close to the bed they can get up. And this is my baby station. I don't normally have a crate in here, but I recently got 4 wild kittens from the city. Those are them little ginger things that aren't wild anymore at all. So just to help socialise them, I just wanted to confine them a little bit. But it's like their little safe spot, so I've kept it up for them. But yeah, these little fluffy little babies. They're just so sweet, and like he's one of the ones, he's so grateful that he was rescued. He was being kept in a bird cage, not out of like cruelty or anything, just because it was the only way that they thought they could keep him safe, because their dog didn't like kittens. So my mum used to lay in bed all night listening to him crying, and then she told me about him. So I went and spoke to my neighbour and just said to her like he's not happy, and asked if I could take him. He was a third of the weight he should have been. He was full with worms and he had really bad poops. And when I picked him up, this is the moment we had, and this is the moment we've had ever since. This cat is like so grateful, and he loves me. Yes. He's just adorable. So I have ones like him that are very hard to adopt out, because I do form a very big bond with them, but I also know I can't keep them all. I have a very large amount of cats as it is. I can't have any more. I think that's love and gratitude, that is. Yeah.
Oh, I can see the bond is really strong.
Yeah, but they are like this little guy. He was another wild one. Not that he's wild anymore. Just found in the middle of the road. He was in Spanish Lookout, so quite a large area, lots of busy roads. And yeah, he's as well now that he's settled and comfortable. You can tell how happy and safe they feel. And they're so trusting, they'll let me do practically anything to them. Because these are my little wild ones. So I got them last Thursday, and they were just these complete and utter hissballs. And look at them, they're still a little bit timid, but they're happy. See? Yeah. They were found in a washroom and at high risk of being dumped. And like I said, there's no fosters in the city, so I waited a few days, nobody stepped forward, so I took them in. They're really sweet.
Oh, so tiny.
Especially when you compare them next to that fatty. Everybody always asks me when she's having her babies.
Oh.
That's just pure fat, that is.
Is she a big eater?
No, she's just a big cat. So I've had her since she was about this size as well. They were dumped at the old age home and they were fun for the first few days. The old people really liked them, but they were sick, so they started pooping on everybody. And everybody has a line, and I think that was their line.
You can see they just want to feed and get big and strong.
With these little ones throughout the day, I give them extra milk and things. I order online the KMR milk just to help boost them, because if these were with mothers, they would all still be nursing.
Yeah.
Because I estimate them to probably be about 4 or 5 weeks old. That little guy's got quite a bad eye infection, that little black and white.
The little one. Oh,
Yeah.
I can see. Yeah.
So sadly, when they come off the street, there's not much cat care in Belize because not many people like cats. So a lot of these cats in the street, they've never been vaccinated, they've never been wormed, and they come from mothers with the exact same thing. So this vicious circle, sometimes these cats, when you get them, they're so poorly and they are just so filled with parasites. Like the worms, sometimes it is like horrific, the things I've seen.
Oh, such a shame.
It's lovely, like seeing this one. Like this one, when I got her, Mia, she was the size of that little kitten, tiny little thing, sick, dehydrated. She was found in a bucket, and she'd been there for quite a while. So it's really, really rewarding watching them and seeing them grow up to be nice fat kitties.
And how about finding their forever homes? Are there many people?
Like her, it's very difficult because she's mostly black. It's quite a superstitious country, so black cats are very hard to get adopted out. I probably have about 20 black cats at the moment. I have a lot of them. I have quite a success rate. Obviously, I'm not sitting on 300 cats anymore, but I don't get them out as adopted out as quickly as I would like.
So what do they think? They're witches' cats, or where is this superstition?
Just bad luck.
Bad luck.
But if you look into the superstition of black cats, it's good fortune. So it's a sign of money and power. So I think it is. It is a very superstitious country, very old-fashioned. So you can't change people's minds. I can just give them a cat that they do want. So a lot of people, they want little kittens this size. But without having the knowledge of how to look after a cat that size, it's not very healthy, it's not safe to adopt them out that young. I want to make sure they're spayed and neutered. I don't want to take somebody's word. I know accidents happen as well. Obviously people try to keep their cats in, but they do escape. So I don't want to adopt them out till they're spayed and neutered, which normally puts them at about this size. And then a lot of people don't want them when they're this size, they want them smaller, and then we end up with them being this size, and then they're the fatties on the bed.
Is it just because the kittens are cute, that's why?
It's a country that love babies, they love puppies and they love kittens, but yeah, kittens are absolutely adorable. So, but obviously when they get bigger, they start needing more food, they start making more mess, and they're not as cute.
Is that when they start to get maybe even more neglected then?
Yeah, especially when they start getting themselves pregnant, and that's the majority of the time you see them is when they're dumped is because they're pregnant. A lot of people, like when they dump the cats, I don't know if it's a lack of knowledge or if they dump them with the intentions of them not surviving, but they won't just go and like put them somewhere. They'll go and like put them in a carrier bag and tie it, or put them in a cardboard box and tape it up. So they give them like no chance at all. No, but like 90% of the cats in this house have all come from really sad stories. A lot of them, like the likes of him, he was found in a cardboard box on the corner, 107 degrees heat, and I have no idea how long he was out there for. There was 5 of them, but sadly only one of them made it. And that is the case. You get litters all the time, and majority of the time you're lucky if you can keep 2. Especially when you get them like when they're this big and they've gone like 12-14 hours without food, extreme heat, covered in ants, and these poor little things. Hey little fluff ball. This litter was one of the first litters I had with the mother. She had them in a rubbish bin on a busy main road. So if the rubbish people didn't accidentally take them, it was just a waiting game until they're big enough to crawl out on the main road. So as soon as I heard it, I had to go and make space for her, because my plan was to get her before she had the babies, but it never works that way when you're trying to catch a cat. It's always after she had the kittens. So, because his mother's downstairs. And there's 6 in the litter.
And are you pretty much here day and night? I mean, I've seen you around just working pretty hard.
It takes about like 6 hours to get everything done here. I've got over 80 litter trays. So every morning my actual litter trays get scooped, then I have wood shavings. They get changed every other day. So that's emptied out, refilling, and like I said, I've got over 80 trays. Food bowls, water bowls get washed mornings and evenings. They get ridiculously dirty, but with this heat they drink so much. Floors get mopped and swept daily, and then like all my climbing frames, all the cat beds, that they will need sterilising weekly. So yeah, it's enough for an army really.
Do you have anyone helping you here?
I've started recently getting volunteers, so 3 days a week I have a few people come in and they just help me with cleaning and just spending some time with the cats. And then my mum helps me with meal times. But up until that, I've pretty much been on my own with it all, and it's a lot of work. When I have neonates, I'm on a 3-hour window where I'm allowed to get out of the house. So it's difficult. When I've got bottle babies, my mum can help me out, but other than her, I've got nobody. So unless I'm prepared to take the babies with me, I can't go. So it's a lot.
Wow, that's dedication.
Yeah, so I didn't realise it would be this big when I started it all. I just thought like, hey, like 20 cats and it'd be like a nice little hobby. It's definitely not a hobby like this. This is how I live. If I could do it all again, I would keep doing it over and over again. As tiring as it is worth it. Because I'd obviously change a few things, how I do things, but I'd still end up sitting here with this many cats. That wouldn't change. So my food and litter bills come in at about $2,000 to $3,000 a month. My vet bills can be that or even double that. If I have a good month, I could probably do like $6,000 in vet bills, and that's just for spays and neuters. So I have a good relationship with my vet, so most of my like day-to-day care and things she doesn't charge me for. It's just my surgeries, so thankfully my vet bills could be so much higher, but they're not. But yeah, that's my goal. I've got a GoFundMe going, and it's to try and spay and neuter as many cats as I possibly can on like any means, whether they're owned animals, fosters, or TNRs.
You used a lot of your own savings, right?
Most of this has come from my own pocket, yeah. So obviously there is my house as well, so that rightfully I should have paid for. But as for like my outdoor area and things like that, most of that has, yeah. I don't break even. My second year I managed to raise enough money to cover my vet bills. This year I'm trying to raise enough money to cover my vet bills and my food bills. So far I'm not doing bad, but I'm not achieving what I'd like. So, but I've explained to you, like saying no is really, really difficult. I do say no, like everybody says to me, like you can't just keep saying yes and taking cats. I say no so much, just nobody hears when I say no because it doesn't make me feel good, so I don't go around talking about it. You only hear when I say yes because I've got to explain why there's another cat in my house.
She's like falling asleep on the floor.
Yeah, she's not feeling too well, so she's really, really fighting some worms.
Oh, poor thing.
She had a family and a home and everything, but they decided that kittens weren't really what they'd signed up for, so they decided to just throw the whole litter out in 107 degrees heat and just stick them out in the middle of a field, thinking that at this age that they can survive by themselves. And I've probably had her for about 3 weeks already.
She's still really small.
She's tiny. So she was the only one that survived from her litter as well. I'm just gonna climb up me. Hey. You little fluff ball. Hi, Miss Lily. Hi, Miss Lily. I've had her since she was about a day old. She was tiny when I got her.
You're a nice big cat now, aren't you?
Before I did this, I used to work with young children, and I used to find that like so rewarding. And then like I stumbled across this, and it's definitely, it makes you who you are.
A couple of them, I think everyone has a little bit of a bad eye.
It's all the ones from the same litter. All them little ones are all, other than the tabby one, them 2 little ones and the ginger one, they're the same litter. So with things like this, a lot of the time it's really bad parasites passed from mother to babies. So they've been born with parasites, and then obviously they travel around the body and they end up in the eye.
Oh, these boxes, are they
They're all my litter trays.
little trays?
Yeah. Most of my litter trays, they've kind of determined where they go, so they used to really like to poop under my bed. So I put litter trays under half of it and then section the other half up so they can't poop under my bed. But it's quite nice having them up here with the babies. It's quite a good learning one for them. It's nice and close.
Close by, yeah.
Yeah.
And would you say you sleep well with all the cats around you?
I do, I honestly do. I love it. I've got a few that literally they sleep in my neck and on my head and on my pillow, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Because everybody says to me at least have one room in your house where you can sleep and cook and clean without the cats. And I'd love somewhere I could cook without the cats, but I'd always sleep with them. How could you not want all of this in bed with you? All of this, yeah. So how would you not want it in bed with you? Oh, you lovely. Yeah. It's like playing instruments. As soon as you touch them, they all make a different meow. Hi. I have a Facebook and an Instagram. I don't keep it as updated as I'd like, but it's something I do try and work hard on. So normally when I get new cats in, I do a little update. Quite nice to keep people updated, especially the people who donate to me. At least they can see what I'm doing and where their money's going. I do quarterly emails as well for people who donate to me or anybody who wants. They just send me the email address and then I send out an email just letting everybody know what we've been up to, how many cats we've got and how many spays and neuters we're up to. But it's quite nice because I introduce everybody and just give a little breakdown of where they've come from and where they've gotten to.
And you can adopt a cat remotely type thing, I think?
I have a sponsor for a fairy godparent. So it's $20 US a month and that covers all of their expenses, and then that's until they get adopted. So they include, once again, you get the quarterly updates and then I send photos of the cats as well. So you get to see your special sponsored cat.
And
it's
you
quite
get
cute. If you charge him up, he gets crazy. Go!
And I've heard that it's not just people in Belize adopting them, that some people are taking them from
I have a few
abroad.
cats around the world. I have a one-eyed cat in Beverly Hills, I've got a cat in New York, and I'm going to be sending a cat to Rhode Island in November. So it's quite nice giving them that opportunity, because obviously not only is it better vet care, it's people want these cats if they're prepared to travel and take them from that far, so it's always nice because it's a good home. And it's super easy to fly with cats. Once again, because nobody cares about cats, it's all for the dogs. Dogs are very difficult to fly with. Cats are super easy. A rabies vaccination and a health certificate, and they're good to go.
Oh, this little one's eye. Oh my god. What's happened? Oh, poor thing.
I know. So it is, they have their hour nap, and then as soon as their eyes close, it just fills up with gum.
Oh.
And then usually how they scream when it's time to wash their eyes and give them medicine. They make me feel like an evil.
No, they don't like it.
No. But I'm very impressed. The eyes are a very amazing organ for recovery, and there's been a few cats that I've definitely thought there's no way they're going to keep their eye, and they've got two perfectly healthy eyes. So it looks bad, but I've still got some faith in that healing up and becoming better.
If you want to support the Crazy Cat Trails charity, then check the links in the description. Make sure to stay tuned for part 3, where I'll be getting an update from Kaleigh on some of the progress that's happened since all of this filming. And we'll even take a closer look around the outside area where the cats love to play. If you missed part 1, you can check it out here.